Hi everyone, myself Ramya. I am working as assistant professor in Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology in the Department of IT. Today we are going to see the concept is called Fundamentals of Software Engineering. Before going into the topic, we have to know what is software and what is software engineering. And software is a set of program that containing some specific kind of information. If you are going to develop some software product, that is the combination of, if you are going to developing a product, it may contain some programs, documentations and licensing. And software engineering is a process of designing, developing, testing and maintaining the software. That's the process of software engineering. The main quality of software is the high quality, reliable and maintainability of the software. The variety of software technique is mainly used for analysis, design and testing and maintenance report. This is the process of software development life cycle. Before going to get the product from that customer, we have to know what is the need of customer. For first step is the communication. We need a proper communication from the customer, what the need of the customer for developing the product. First is communication and second one is requirement gathering. What type of requirement they need for functional requirements, non-functional requirements, the needs of custom requirements need only. After that we have to develop the product, requirement gathering, and third one is feasibility study. And next one is system analysis, software design, coding, testing, integration, implementation. Then next one is that attributes of software engineering. The attributes, it's the main characteristics of software engineering concepts. Here I have listed the some of the software attributes of software. The first one is efficiency, reliability, reusability and maintainability. Efficiency in the sense how much resource we are using in a software, that is the ratio which we are using that software development is called as efficiency. And reliability, the product delivery report is called as reliability, that is product will deliver the same result, that is the expectation of the customer, how the customer expecting the product, like that we have to developing the product, that is called as reliability. And reusability, that is we can use the module in a different type of places. In a home page we can creating that some login button, the same content will be replaced in the different type of locations, that is that reusable code. And maintainability, if we are creating code, after that we have maintained and modified and reported at that anywhere we need in the requirements. And next one is applications of software engineering. We are using that application in different type of varieties of applications. Here I have listed the some of the applications. First one is system software. The system software that mainly used for services of other program, that is they providing services to the other program to getting the product of the document. First, for example, that is compiler, editors and file management is the process of getting that system software architectures. And second one is application software, that is the to solve, that mainly used for business people to analysis the report. And third one is embedded software. The embedded software is mainly used for implementing the code according to the control the program structure of the program. For example, that is keypad control of the microwave oven, that is the code which is the program which is automatically enabled in the system. Second one is product line softwares. The product line software is the software which have used in daily life. That is, for example, that is word processing, spreadsheets, computer graphics, multimedia, entertainment and database management system are also some of the example of that product line software. And then web-based applications, that is the web-based application is that network centric system. Here we have using some web kind of activities to load the data. And known as AI, nowadays we are using a lot of AI concepts. From AI also we can incorporate our software engineering concepts. There we are using some robotics and pattern recognition systems and expert systems are using in AI. Software engineering practices. The software engineering practices is some set of activities. We are doing some lot of activities in that projects. Here their list of activities we have using in that practices. That practices are understanding the problem. First we have to understand the problem about the customer needs. After understanding, proper understanding only, we have to develop the product. That is the first step of process, understanding the problem. Communication and analysis. We have to need and maintain the proper communication between that end user and the developer. We have to get feedback from the customer. After that only we have to develop the product. And next one is plan a solution. After getting the feedback from the customer, we have to plan according ourselves to develop the product. carry out the plans, that is code generations, what type of code which will be used for generating for developing the product. Examine the results and accuracy, that is the testing quality, what type of testing we are going to develop the product, that is black box testings or white box testings, and what are the tools which are used for testing the product. That also comes under the essentials of product practices. Next one is myth. The myth is nothing but that false predictions of the problem, that is called as false beliefs, that leads to poor decision, unrealistic experience and projects failures. We can list out the myth in 3 types, that is one is management myth, customer myths and developer myth. Based on their myths they can develop their product. Generic process model. Generic process model is the main core of software engineering concepts. Based on this model only the developer can develop the product. The first process is communication, and second one is planning, third one is modeling, and fourth one is construction, and fifth one is deployment. These activities are called as framework activity. The generic process model is mainly used for project tracking, control and risk management, quality assurance, configuration management and technical reviews. This is the overall architecture of general architectures. First one is software process, second one is process framework. All the process combined together is called as umbrella activity. From under the activity we can separate the activities like framework activity 1, framework activity 2. Within the framework we can using that some separate type of codes, that is called as task. Different set of tasks are using under that framework activities. We can list out the generic process model in different kind of way, because based on the customer needs we can develop the product in different type of ways. The first one is process is called as linear process model, that is step by step process model. Once we are creating the first step, after getting the feedback form only we can move on to the second step, that is called as linear process. And second one is iterative process, that is based on the current step only we can develop that next product. That is the linear process that executes from that beginning to up to end of the process. An iterative process, it can repeat only at that some set of activities. For previous example, that is where loop may contain some set of activities only it can contain the loop, that is that some set of activities only the loop can be generated, it is again because that work can be generated again and again. And third one is evolutionary process model and parallel process work. In evolutionary process model it can contain as a cyclic model, it can complete the process as it is the complete cycle. After delivering the product to that end user, it can complete the another cycle of the process. And known as parallel processing, it can execute the multiple process in a different type of ways. That is evolutionary process is a circular manner, and parallel processing is a process of executing one or more activities in a different model of the way. And next one is process pattern. The process pattern, we are using a lot of projects under the software engineering projects, that is that we are using the process pattern. The process pattern is nothing but that is the framework activity which we are using under in the pattern methods. It identifies the environment which problem has been encountered. We can easily identify where the problem has been encountered, how it should be rectified, where we can using some metrics. That one is stage pattern, task patterns, phase patterns. In stage pattern, it should be used within the framework activities, and then task patterns, it should be used in only the action of the project, and the phase pattern, it should be used within the concurrent process. Wherever the process we are using in that parallel ways, we can use that phase patterns. The next one is a process of modules. Under that framework activity, we can differentiate our project in different ways. First one is waterfall model, and second one is incremental model, and third one is evolutionary process model, and last one is concurrent model. The prescribed process of model is called as some prescriptions model. We can see the one by one. First one is waterfall model. The waterfall model is the linear process of model, that is it begin with the customer specification and then it can end end with that deployment process. Once we can understand the customer problem only, we can develop the product. That is called waterfall model. In that, first one is requirement gathering, and next one is scheduling the task, and third one is analysis the design, and fourth one is code testing, and last one is the deployment process. V model. Next one is the V model, that is the advanced versions of waterfall model is called as V model. In that V model, that V is represented as the validation and verification model. That validation indicates that highlighting the parallel relationships between that customers. We can separate as V model as in left hand side and right hand side process. This is the structure of V modeling. It contains from that left hand side, that is requirement modeling, architecture design and component code, and then right hand side they are using that acceptance testing, system testing and unit testing process. The variations in that waterfall model is called as V modeling, that is left arm. The left side of the process, which may containing the first step is requirement analysis, that is the functional we using for the client and user, how they get the requirements from the customer. And second one is architectural design. Architectural design represents the high level design, and component design, level design represents the low level design of the process, and last one is the code generation process. And right hand side process, they may contain only after developing the product, we need to test the product. In testing, they are using the lot of testing tools like Selenium tools we are using for testing process. The first testing process is unit testing, integration testing, system testing and acceptance testing. For unit testing, it should be tested as that individual component of the user, and integration testing, it ensures how the product should be developed as the end user by the customer, and system testing represents the functionality, the functional requirement of the customer needs. Acceptance testing needs the customer satisfaction process, that is the whether the customer should be satisfied with that product or not. And the next one is after that incremental process model. First one is waterfall model, and next one is V model, and next process is the incremental model. That is, we can develop the product in a different timing. That is, first two process is communication. At the same time, we can using that another product also, while we is using an increment process as second process. At the same time, we can using in a third product also. The increment process model is delivered as a small and manageable portions of the software. The multiple model of the functionality. The first process is increment process, that is core functionality of the data. Here I have listed the one of the example of incremental processing model, that is online shopping model. First step is we have to log in and profiling the product of the pages and browsing the what product we need for purchase. And second one is shopping cart and wish list, and the third increment process is the gateway process, and the final process is that our admin dashboard and analytical process. This is where we can using our incremental process model. And the evolutionary process model is a successive version of the previous product models, that is a combination of iterative and incremental model is called as evolutionary process model. It is the step-by-step process model is used for only, it is used developing the product after getting the feedback only. This is the diagrammatic representation of this model. This is the first step of the model. After getting the feedback only, they can develop the next model. The once after the getting steps from that various steps, we can developing the product. That is the customer feedback of each model. The developed product should be developed as the module by module. Then concurrent process is it also called as concurrent engineering model. It is development process also called as concurrent engineering. It terms as means as to done at the same time. It is that it is not we can go into the product at a different variety of ways. In concurrent model, we can develop the product at the same time. It is mainly used for the development process time. The state of the process should be considered as the at the time of the development. This is the diagrammatic representation of the the model. First one is all the states are in the inactive state. After inactive state, we can get the feedback from the customer, that is under development process. During the development process, we can split it as a changes model. In changes model, we can split it as a review model, baseline model, development model, review model, baseline model. After that, it going for that final stage of the product. Concurrent model is mainly used for developing the product after getting the immediate feedback from the testing. Thank you.